The fat boys break up, now every day I wake up I'm seeing the regression going on inside of Jacob. Cause we our own ops like Russell with the Lakers. Should've sent us to the Heat, but the Lord will never trade us. Damn little man, I'm just trying to do me. Get it in before I sleep like my little brother Seed. Givenchy, flyest Jew you ever seen. You can't say what I say cause you ain't see what I seen. I don't want much, man, I have everything. A nice fly wife, a fly young king. So I don't worry about the hatred and drama they bring. I will reply, but I'm doing my thing.
The brother was bringing out curses. And I wanna come out and bring the opposite. That's a blessing to show us that us black people and Hispanics and so-called Native Americans are the chosen people of God's people. And what's so great about it, it's a lot of great things about us. We've been beat down in so many words that we are nobodies on this earth. We've been beat down and told that we are niggas and African Americans that don't even exist. African Americans is not a real nationality. I want to make that clear. Because we've been walking around trying to find out who we are all our life since we were like 10 years old and up. When we always find out, hey, who are we? We the only people that walk around not knowing who we are. But that's why we bringing up the good report today. The good report is to let our people know that we are the children of Israel. This is where you can find our nationality in the Bible. We're here to prove those things, that the Bible is our book. Yes, the white man had his nasty hands on his book, but guess what? He taught us the wrong meaning what the words were saying. Writing a book in English, you have to really define what these words mean in the Bible, because you will get lost with a whole bunch of definitions of words that mean multiple things. So us brothers, we out here because we did the research, we did the work, we did it for you guys. And we want to just tell y'all people, man, how great y'all are. We don't come out here just to nag on nobody. We come and tell how great you are. Because if we don't tell you, then who gonna tell you? That's right. Your family may tell you, but guess what? Sometimes your family say you ain't nobody either. So that's why we out here to tell y'all that y'all are somebody. That's right. So first give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. Because we're not going to say that we believe that. We want to see what our Heavenly Father says about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God said you are a holy people to him, meaning you are set apart, different from every other nation on this earth. All right, go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
You are who?
A special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So God said, you black man, you black woman, you Hispanic man, you Hispanic woman, you Native American man, you Native American woman, you are special. You are above all nations of the earth. That should put some confidence in you guys. We should know that we stand for something instead of that we stand for none but so-called thugs, drug dealers, and nobodies, what the American people told us. God don't call you no thug. God don't call you an African American. He called you an Israelite. That's right. That's who we are. That's why we out here. Because our people are special. Our people are great. But guess what? Since no one tells us, how do we gonna know we're great? Because when the next man walk past each other, all we do is walk around with a bunch of hate and want to fight one another or just want to steal from one another. That's not how God created us. God created us to govern one another and govern the whole earth. All right, so give me, we're going to start with what happened we're going to start when God created us, what he ordains to do. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12 first. Because God told us, this is what when he created us, when he got us out of Egypt, he gave us rules and he gave us regulations. And he told us this is what we're supposed to be doing. And if we do these things, we're going to reap the blessings of the earth. But go ahead, let's get this out real quick.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So Israel, is you talking to you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I know maybe, hey, if y'all get a chance, look at the sign. Because if you're on that sign, that's telling you God talking to you. And that's what we're about. We out here talking to you. Go ahead.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good.
So God said we are his required for us black men, black women. We're supposed to be keeping the commandments. And this was for our good. Because if we did these things, these are the list of blessings that God would have gave us. Give me Deuteronomy 28 verse 1. Because the blessings is what I'm going to read out to you. Right now, are we a blessed people? No, absolutely not right now. Because we're living under other nations that's giving us their crumbs. I don't know about you guys. If God said that we are above all nations of the earth and he's going to give us these blessings I'm going to read out, I don't want a slice of the pie. I want the whole pie.
That's right.
I want the whole thing. Just like you should want the whole thing. We should not be settling for anything. We should not be settling in lies, religion, doctrines that doesn't relate to us. We shouldn't settle for anything. All right? Give me Deuteronomy 28:1.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
God said if you kept the commandments, black men, black women, that you will be set high above all nations of the earth. Instead of saying you a nigger and a nobody, that tells you right there you're not above all nations of the earth, because someone needs to respect you to say that you're above all nations of the earth. So for one, we are supposed to be above all nations of the earth if we kept the commandments. Give me the next one.
And all these blessings, it's like this, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So God said if we listened, that he would have blessed us. Right now, that's what I'm saying. We didn't keep the commandments. That's why we're in this lower state. That's why we're doing what we're not supposed to be doing. We're working for other nations. We're getting paid less. We don't have our own land. We don't have our own property because the fact that we didn't keep the commandments. But God said if we kept the commandments, since he created us in his image and made us above all nations of the earth, we were supposed to be the one that's calling the shots. We're the one supposed to be putting other nations where they need to be at. We're the ones supposed to be the teachers of the earth, not the followers of the earth. All right?
Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
So if we was kept the commandments, our city wouldn't even look like this. We would have everything. We would be having subdivisions. We would have laws in our divisions. We would create the laws in our subdivision. We wouldn't be having crime in our city. We wouldn't be having trash like we got in the city if we kept the commandments. We wouldn't be walking and catching the bus if we would have kept the commandments. We wouldn't be dependent on people if we would have kept the commandments. We would have been helping one another to stay in the commandments, and we would have been happen not to have anybody else to take care of us. We became so destroyed that we allow other nations to take care of us, and we say it's cool. Hey, we're the kings of the earth. We're the prince of the earth. The women are the princes and the queens of the earth. And we're allowing slaves to take care of us under their subjection. That's not right. That is very upside down. So we're trying to tell you, like, if we kept the commandments, God would have blessed our city, and he would have blessed our field. Meaning that, hey, people would have been coming to work for us. People would have come to get their food from us, because we were the first original grocery stores. People came and bought food from us, not us going to them to buy our food. We got to get back to that, and that's what God is doing. He's bringing up the prophets right now to bring that tradition back, the real tradition, the tradition that we are supposed to be on top. And when he returns with his son to get us, we're going to be back in that old tradition. And that's what we're practicing, trying to get our people to understand that we are the people, that we need to come back to God's laws. All right?
Verse 4. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Blessed be the fruit of thy body. That goes into your children. Your children will be blessed, not cursed. Your children won't come out deformed. Your children won't come out with a mental illness. Your children will come out blessed. Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy ground.
And that's the fruit of your ground, talking about your food. Because the ground is cursed because we curse. If we're the original soil, and if we're the original soil that's walking around that's cursed, then guess what? The ground that we come from is cursed too. Because we got other people taking care of our ground that don't know how to. All right?
And the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Even the animals right now is under the curse, because God said that if we kept the commandments, we were going to be the head of the sheep, the head of the ox, the head of the on the flocks, all that, etc. So that means every animal that he commanded Adam, we also was going to be in charge of that. So that means we was going to be in charge how to butcher the food. We was going to know how to take care of the food, plant seeds on the ground. We knew how to take care of everything, and we wouldn't have to put GMOs and doing all these other genetic modifying things to our people, because we knew how to handle the food. That's why God gave us everything. In today's day, we don't have that, but guess what? The money, that was our money resource. So guess what? He blessed us with resources. We were born to be rich, not born to be poor.
Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
So blessed shalt thou be thy basket, that's your money. So guess what? If you really look at it, if we kept the commandments, we will never have to worry about being poor or being oppressed like that. But guess what? We didn't. But God said if we kept the commandments, he will bless our basket and our stores. And the stores talking about, hey, look at the stores that we live in our neighborhoods. We got other nations making money off of us instead of we making money off of them. You know, that's a cursed thing in our stores. Every store has a business, majority in our neighborhood, that we don't own or we design. Even if we do got our face on these buildings, or we got a building that's in our neighborhood, we don't own it because we got to pay the taxes. And if we don't pay those taxes, then it's right back to the white man. So God said that bless, if we kept the commandments, that he would have blessed our money and our stores. All right, go ahead.
Verse 7, the Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face.
So God said, hey, even when you got your enemies talking back to you, disrespecting you, you know, if we kept the commandments, we will put them in a place. And that place would be put them to death. Or we had them working for us. What they doing to us is what we will be doing to them, but we'll be doing it worse, because the fact that what they did to us is we paying double. But only thing about that, we were created to be righteous rulers. So the things about ripping them off and all that, we would have done that too. But guess what we wouldn't do? We wouldn't rape their women. We wouldn't beat on them. We wouldn't go ahead. I mean, we would beat on them if we had to, but we wouldn't rape the women. And we wouldn't do anything that was what they did to us like that. They would just have to follow the commandments or else put to death.
That's right.
That's all it was. So I understand God is giving us these things only to the children of Israel. This is why the world is falling, because the world was not made for the other nations to rule. They breaking this world down. And if they wasn't ruling, we would have never had to worry about the earth being burnt up, because we would have been in place with the Most High. Hey, guess what? Let me get your well. Guess what? Yeah. Oh, never mind.
On the brains on next time.
They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee and thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thy hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
So our storehouses would be well put together. And that's where we brought our tithes in. So when you think of a storehouse, this is where we had our food for the poor. You know, we had money for the poor. We had our own bank at those times. That's where all the storehouses was. We had our own money. We had our own loans, you know, and if people wanted to get money from us, they had to come to us. And then we would charge them interest to make sure that they pay us double, just like how they did us. And when we were in our commandments from the Most High, they had to pay us taxes. Now that's paying taxes. So everybody was worshiping us, but now we're worshiping them now because we broke the curses. We broke the laws of God. All right?
Verse 9, the Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways.
And the only thing what we're naming, if we would have kept the commandments, this is all the blessings. He would have blessed our riches. He would have blessed our food. He would have blessed our neighbors. He would have blessed our land, everything. But right now we didn't keep the commandments. So this is why we walk up and down not knowing who we are. You know, this is why we are here, to let you know that you Black, Hispanics, and Native American people are the greatest people on the earth.
That's right.
And we're not ashamed to tell y'all that. And because, you know why we're not ashamed to tell you that? Because God said you are. And if you are created by the Creator, he's going to tell you how special you really are. Instead of we got other nations that hates us and tells us that we are nobodies. All right, come on.
And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord.
If we kept the commandments, every nation in the earth will see that we are the greatest people on the earth. But since we didn't keep the commandments, we're not looked at the greatest people on the earth. We're looked at as the lowest people on the earth. We look like, when the first time they ever see you, then what the first thing they say, you look like a thug. We can wear masks just like they can wear masks. We wear like the mask where they say we got to wear a COVID mask. And then when we wear a COVID mask, you know what they say? We look like thugs. We got to watch them. But they don't say nothing bad about them. You know, so this is where it becomes a contradicting thing.